Hi, third graders. Today's learning target is that we can make observations using our senses. So earlier this week, you learned that scientists carefully study the world around them and look at things really closely and ask questions and get curious. Today we're going to practice studying things like scientists. Now, when scientists study something carefully, the word they use is observe. To observe something is to look really closely and notice all those details. Now, humans mostly observe with our eyes, but you can actually observe things using all your senses. We have 5 senses. We can see, we can hear, we can smell, we can taste, and we can touch. Those are your 5 senses that you can use to observe things. For today's lesson, we are going to observe some different things, and we're going to do a worksheet to record our thinking. I'm going to do 2 examples in this video because some stuff, when you observe it, it doesn't make sense to taste it. For example, this sand dollar. I'm not going to taste that. It's covered in germs from the beach. That would be gross. So when you make your observations, think about what's reasonable and stay safe. So to start with, I'm going to observe what I see about this sand dollar. I see that it is flat. I see that it is kind of a whitish grayish color. On one side, oh my, I observed that there was sand inside of it and it just spilled on my table. One side of it has this cool star shape, and the other side has little, spider web looking markings. Here they are a little closer. That was a lot of observations using my eyes. Now, you wouldn't think a sand dollar has a sound, but I'm going to hold it close to my ear and give it a little shake. I hear a little rattling sound inside of it. Maybe there's a broken part of the shell. So, with my ears, I observe a rattling sound. Okay, next was smell. It doesn't really have a smell. This one has been in my shell box for a while. Maybe it smells a little bit salty, like the ocean? Hard to say. Some things you observe will have more of a smell than others. Taste, we already talked about. I'm not tasting the sand dollar. No, thank you. Last one is touch. How does it feel? The sand dollar feels like it's got little bumps on it. It's mostly smooth, but a little bit, so I think I'll just say a little rough. Okay, so now I've used all my senses to observe this sand dollar. Now I can fill out our worksheet. All right, so now I'm in our Making Observations Google Doc. In here, the directions are to find something around your house that you're going to observe using your senses. Then you're going to fill out the chart down here using what you observe. Now, I want you to type at least one thing for each part of the chart. But again, if you have something that it's not safe to taste or it would be germy and gross and yucky, just type not safe to taste. That's okay. I want you to get at least one thing for every box, but it is totally okay to include more things. So here we go. I'm going to make an example for that sand dollar. I observed a sand dollar. It looks round, flat, whitish. How about round, flat, and whitish? That sounds a little better. It has a star shape on top. It sounds like, now it made that quiet, rattly sound. Sounds like, but I'm going to mention that it makes that sound only when I shake it. Sand dollars on the beach don't always quietly rattle. It sounds like a quiet rattle when I shake it. It smells kind of salty, but didn't have much smell. It tastes not safe to taste. Do not taste the sand dollar. And it had those little tiny bumps on it. All right. Now I'm going to look back and make sure I'm all finished. I put what I observed at the top. I told what it looked like, what it sounded like, what it smelled like. Didn't taste it, but I did write something so my teacher knows that I did it. And it feels, there it is. Okay, this assignment is complete. I would be able to click the Turn It In button. And then I'd be done with my work. I'll do one more example of observations, and then you guys can get to work on your own. This is a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. They're so yummy. All right, so I'm going to use my 5 senses to observe this. Now, I see that it has a gold and orange wrapper, and that the wrapper makes a crinkly sound. That's observing with my ears when I unwrap it. I observe that the chocolate is brown with my eyes, and that it has another paper on the inside. With my feeling, my sense of touch, I observe that the chocolate is a little sticky because it's warm in my house right now. It smells peanut buttery and chocolatey. And it tastes really good. But that is an opinion. It tastes good. Not everybody would agree with me, right? Like some people don't like Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Awesome, more for me. When you make an observation, it needs to be something that is just the facts. So I could say that it tasted salty and sweet, because those things are just true. But if it's something that there's another human out there who might be like, well, I don't really feel the same way, that's an opinion, not an observation. Be careful, especially with your sense of taste. All right, I told what I saw, I told what I heard, the crinkly wrapper. Smell, taste, and feel. Okay, I'm ready to go do the paper. Okay, I'm going to go a little bit faster through the paper this time because you've seen it once. At the top of the chart, I write down the thing I observed, a peanut butter cup. Now I tell a couple things that I observed using my eyes. The chocolate was brown. The wrapper was gold and orange. How did it sound? Well, the wrapper made that crinkle noise. Wrapper made a crinkle noise. It smelled chocolatey and peanut buttery. Chocolatey and peanutty. Google's giving me the dotted and the squiggled lines. Oh, I guess chocolatey isn't a word. It smelled, I'll say, smelled like chocolate and peanuts. There. No more squiggle lines. Now it makes better sense. It tasted, now for this one I can do taste. It tasted sweet and salty. Remember, no opinions like it tastes good or it's yummy, just the facts. And how did it feel? Oh, it was sticky because it was kind of melting a little bit in my hand. It was sticky. Okay, and that's how we finish it. So, that's all for now. Have fun making observations with all 5 of your senses, and I will see you in the next video.